Welcome you all for my YouTube channel. This video demonstrates how to create CRUD application in Django. First you have to create a folder. The name of the folder is CRUD. CRUD. Open CRUD folder in the terminal. For that cd OneDrive/desktop/Django/CRUD. Here we have to install Python environment, Python virtual environment, Python virtual environment, venv my virtual env. It takes few seconds to complete. It includes all Python scripts and modules. Switch to my virtual environment, cd my virtual environment, activate script/activate and move to the CRUD folder. Next step, you have to install Django. Pip install Django. It takes few seconds to complete. Once Django is installed, you have to create your first Django project. Now the Django is installed to the current CRUD folder. Next step, you have to create Django project. In the terminal, you have to type Django-admin start project my project. Now the project is created. Switch to my project. Here we have to create your Django application. In the terminal, Python manage.py start app my app. App is also created. Now you have to open this my project in the Visual Studio Code. For that you have to type code dot. The folder structure for Django look like this. Is my virtual environment. It includes all Python scripts and packages. In the project folder, it has a my application. It consists of admin, app, modules, test, views. Similarly, in the project folder, we have a ASGI setting.py URLs and web server gateway interface. Now you have to run this default project by using terminal. Cd my project and you have to mention Python manage.py run server. Okay, it is deployed successfully. Just click. Okay, this is the default landing page for Python. Okay, it installed successfully and it has a congratulations message. You can refer the Django documentation and the polling app, and plenty of options are there in the landing page. Now we have to create our own CRUD application. For that we have to create a models. Refer in the Django documentation. You have to type models. Okay, we have a sample model available with the person. I'm just copying this and include those code in my models. Instead of person, I have to say that it is a employee. I have to include ID. Employee ID is equal to models dot auto field. Set primary key for that. Primary key is equal to true. And employee name null value, acceptance is the true. Designation null is equal to true. In salary models dot float field image model start file field upload to profile folder. Null is allowed. Blank is also true. Def underscore str. This str is just like a toString function in Java. It returns self dot ename. Okay, the model is created. Next step, you have to register the model in the administration site. For that, from dot models import star admin dot site dot register. Within that I have to specify the model name. The model name is employee. And in the setting.py you have to include your application. My app is the application. Okay, in the terminal, switch to my project. Okay, create super user. For that you have to use the command python manage.py, create super user. Okay, it shows some error message because we need to migrate the default tables. For that, python manage.py migrate. It includes the default 13 tables. Now you can create the super user. Python manage.py create super user with the credential admin, password, email ID, it is optional, password 1234 okay, bypass password validation and create user anyway. It is created successfully. You can see the changes in the browser. You can add admin with the credential admin, and then password is 1234. Okay, now it is a administration site for managing the website. We have a user, admin user is available. We created a employee. Then here you can type in the terminal, you have to type python manage.py make migrations, and you can also migrate it. Python manage.py migrate. Now okay, it has no record. You can add the record directly in the GUI. Employee name, like designation as assistant professor, salary 30,000, choose profile photo, and you can add it. This record is added successfully. In the sense, the model is working perfectly. In the next step, we have to create forms app folder. You have to create forms.py. In forms.py, include default forms from Django.contrib.authentication.models, import user model from Django.contribute.auth.forms, import user creation form from Django.forms, import model form. Okay, these are the forms required. Create a class, new user form. It inherits from user creation form. Class meta model we can use user, and fields equal to username, email, password 1, password 2, class add employee form. It inherits from model form. Class meta model is equal to employee. Fields is equal to, it includes all the field, double underscore all double underscore. Okay, now the forms created successfully. Working with views and templates, include the necessary packages from Django, shortcuts import, render, HTTP response, redirect from Django.contrib.auth.models import user from Django Django.contrib.auth import authentication, login, logout modules from .forms import all the forms. Now we have to write all business logic. Define sign up page request if request method equal to post form equal to new user form request dot post request dot files if form is valid form dot save, it include the records, return redirect to login page, else form is equal to empty new user form, return render request signup.html and form colon okay. The sign up module is created successfully. For that you have to create a signup.html file. In that my app folder, create a new folder. The folder name is templates. Within a template add new file. The file name is signup.html. Okay, exclamation mark and enter. It creates a sample HTML template. I can say that it is the sign up page. Create a form. Action is equal to empty. Method is equal to post. Okay, when you are using any forms, you have to include to avoid cross-site reference attack, CSRF underscore token, and you have to include the form. Input type is equal to submit. Value is equal to new user. In the hyperlink, you can also add URL, login, I have already account. In the views.py, include login page module, def login page request. If request dot method equal to post, collect the details. User is equal to request dot get username. Password is equal to request dot post dot get of password. Users is equal to, I can use authentication module, request username is equal to USR, comma, password is equal to PWD. If user is not none, login request and then user, return redirect home page, else return HTTP response, user name and password not correct. Try again. Return render request login.html Now we have to create a login.html as well as home.html. In that template folder, create a new file. The file is login.html. Press exclamation mark and enter. It create a skeleton for HTML document. This is the login page. Create a form, action equal to empty, method is equal to post, within the form you have to include you should avoid cross-site reference attack. For that, CSRF underscore token. It includes input type is equal to text, name is equal to username, input type is equal to password, name is equal to password, and input type equal to submit, value is equal to login. If I have not a registered user, to create a new sign up, I can use anchor tag, URL, you can use sign up. Okay. Now the login page is created. Now we are going to create a home.html page. In the template folder, create home.html, exclamation mark enter. It create a template for a basic HTML page with head section and body section. Here you have to include a welcome message, welcome you all, and it redirects to 3 pages: href, curly brace, percentage, close curly brace, URL equal to add employee, Similarly, view employee, and logout page. Logout. In the views.py, include modules for home page, logout page, add courses and view courses. def home request return render request comma home.html. Similarly, logout page def logout page request logout request return redirect to login page. Def add employee request if request dot method equal to post form equal to add employee form request dot post request dot files if form dot is valid form dot save return redirect to view employee else form is equal to add employee form return render request add employee.html come on and send form details in the template folder. You have to create add employee.html exclamation mark enter. It creates a empty skeleton for HTML document. This form includes form tag, action is equal to empty, method is equal to post, and encryption type is equal to multipart / form data. It is capable of sending files to the particular site to avoid cross-site reference attack, and include form and one more button type submit value is equal to add employee okay. In addition, it has a 2 reference link ahref equal to home page one more reference ahref is equal to view employee view employee In views.py include one more module, def view employee request. Employees is equal to employee dot object dot all, it fetch all the records, return render request view employee dot html, and we have to pass the data. Employees def okay, we have to create a view employee.html file in the template folder. Create new view.employee.html, exclamation mark enter. It creates a basic skeleton of HTML document. It includes a table tag and it has a table row. The table row consists of the following field: employee ID, employee name, designation, salary, and profile image and two empty columns. Include curly brace percentage for employee in employees. Create a row tr within that table data. The first table data is the employee ID. For that, employee dot ID. Second one, employee name. Third one, designation. Fourth one, salary. Fifth one, the profile picture. Within the image source, you have to mention employee image dot URL, and you can also specify width and height. Height is equal to 50 pixel, width is equal to 50 pixel, and two more table data for deleting a record as well as editing a record. Hyper reference path, delete employee slash double curly brace employee dot id. Based on the employee ID, I have to delete the particular employee details. Similarly, edit the employee details. Edit employee. Based on the employee ID, I have to edit the employee information. Okay, now the view employee HTML is successfully created. Next step, we have to create delete modules and edit modules. In views.py, we have to include def delete employee request comma and then id. Based on the id, we have to delete it. Data is equal to employee dot objects dot get of id is equal to id. Now next we need to delete the data dot delete of. After delete, I have to fetch all the employee details. Employees is equal to employee dot object dot all. Return render request comma view employee comma and then we need to pass employee details. Employees colon employee. Next module, def edit employee. You need to pass the request as the parameter and id. Collect the data. Similarly, employee dot object dot get id comma id. Id is equal to id. Return render request comma edit employee dot html comma we need to pass the data. Data colon data. In the template, you have to create edit employee .html. Create a new file, edit employee .html. Here we have to create a form. Action is equal to update employee slash data.id. Based on id, we have to update the records. Method is equal to post. Encryption type is equal to multipart slash form data. Okay, you have to avoid cross-site reference attack, but include CSR underscore token. Input type is equal to text, name is equal to ename, and value is equal to data dot ename, employee name. Similarly, you have to create another field with the name, another field with name as designation, and salary. Similarly, salary, the value is data dot salary, input type file, name is equal to image, data dot image dot URL, input type is equal to number, name is equal to ID, value is equal to data dot ID. Okay, instead of specifying that number, you have to put hidden. Okay, we have another input type with type is the submit, and value is equal to update. Apart from that, this page it redirect to AHF view employee, and it navigate to home page. Okay, employee ID, e-name, designation, salary, and then image. Okay, here one more correction. It is an employee ID, EMP ID, e-name, designation, salary, employee ID. Employee ID, here we can also, okay, in the views employee.html file, view employee HTML, employee employee ID, employee ID, e-name, Next use dot py def update employee. Request is the first parameter, second parameter is the id, employee id, employee id, first we have to collect the data. Which data we need to update? Employee dot object dot get employee id is equal to employee id next you have to flood this data to add employee form. Request dot post request dot files and then instance is equal to data, the current data. If form is valid, you have to save the form. In the sense the record is updated. Return redirect to view employee, else return render request edit employee.html, and then we need to pass the data. Form colon form. Okay, in the updated employee, if it is proper content, you have to save the details and you have to view the employee. Else, you have to enter employee, edit employee.html and send the data. Send the data. Project folder, you have to create a static folder. It includes the CSS. Okay, within a static folder, I have to create a style.css file, h1 background color, light blue, and body background color aqua. Okay, save the style. In the settings.py, okay, this is the database location. Database default engine Django db.backend sqlite 3, name is equal name colon base underscore directory slash db sqlite. Similarly, you have to include path for your static URL as well as media URL. Okay. In the static files, it is capable of storing CSS, JavaScript and images. Now we have to say that static files underscore directories equal to, okay, within this list basic directory, basic underscore directory is equal to static. Similarly, for the media, import OS and then media underscore URL equal to media and then media root underscore root equal to os dot path dot join basic underscore directory comma and then media. Okay, these are the settings you need to place in the settings.py. And okay, next up, working with URLs and views. Okay, in the URLs page, from my app dot views import all the modules, from Django dot config import settings, from Django dot config dot URLs dot static import static. Next step, we have to add all the path is equal to default, it opens a sign up page. For that, sign up comma name is equal to sign up. Next one, after sign up, you switch to login page. Login name is equal to login. After successful login, it moves to home directory. Path is equal to home and the module is home, name is also home. Here you have to use a login page. Path is equal to logout page, and then name is equal to logout. Next path, add employee, name is equal to add employee. Path, map your view employee, view employee, module name is view employee, name is equal to view employee, path delete employee, the module name delete employee, that redirection name is also delete employee, path update employee, the module name is also update employee, the name is equal to update employee, and then for that delete employee, update employee as well as edit employee, we need to pass one more parameter. The parameter is int employee ID, int colon employee ID. Int colon employee ID. Similarly, you have to set the path for edit employee. Edit employee, edit employee, edit employee, and you have to add path stat, then a bracket, settings dot static underscore URL, comma, document underscore root is equal to settings dot static underscore root, URL pattern plus is equal to, add one more static, settings dot media underscore URL, comma, document underscore root equal to settings dot media underscore URL. Okay, here we have some error message. Okay, the field name is incorrect. Okay, we have to correct the fields equal to, right, username, email, password 1 and password 2. Now you have to check. Okay, I have to add new user, Raj, the email ID raj at email.com, password, any password with includes numerics, alphabets and special characters. Okay, then it is successfully created. Okay, we can see in the admin page also. 127.admin. Okay, click the users. Okay, the new user is added. Okay, you have to log in with the credential Raj 1985 $. Okay, you have to give the password. Okay, in the login page we forgot to include the submit button. Okay, in the login page there's incorrect input type. Input type is equal to submit, value is equal to login. Now we have to check. I have already account. Raj is the username. Password, valid password. Okay, it redirected to welcome you page. We can say that it's a home page. Okay, when you press logout, okay, it's perfectly works for the login system. Now you can do the CRUD operations. Okay, add employee. It asks the employee name, the valid employee name we can place. Manoj, designation, professor, salary, lakh, and you have to include his profile. Choose we have to include the author and press add employee button. Okay, it's using some error message. Okay, in that exception is we are opening the for loop statement, but we forgot to close this for loop. Okay, then we can move to the add employee.html page. Views, view employee.html page. Here we need to close this for loop. Curly brace percentage end for. Okay, the image is not loaded. We will check. Okay, we have observed this error. Document underscore root is equal to setting dot media root. Okay, in that URL you have to update it. Now the image is loaded. Okay, we need to include edit and update button. Edit and delete button. For that, in the views.html page, views view employee.html. Here we need to give the name for anchor tag, delete, and then edit. Save this content. Okay, we can edit. Okay, the salary is 50k, and you have to choose the image and update it. Now we are going to see how to update for that updation module. Form within an action you have to update employee, and then you have to pass employee ID. The method is post method, and the encryption type is multi-part / form-data. It includes the fetched detail from edit employees, and it loaded into the particular input elements: employee ID, employee name, designation, salary, and then URL. And you have to change according to the ID. You can change the name, designation, salary, and the recent profile photo. And when you are clicking the update button, then it automatically updates, and it shows the updated value. This is the starting page for the website. It includes the new user registration. If the new user is just like Ganga, and then email ID is ganga@gmail.com. Password, you can give any valid password with alphabets and numerical and special characters. Then the length of the password should be more than 8 characters. Add new user. The new user is added. Through this new user, you can log in and you can do all operations. Username is the Ganga and password is the valid credential. If it is a valid credential, it is logged into the home page. It consists of add employee, view employee, and logout. Add new employee details. The employee name Haja, and designation is professor, and salary is 40,000. And you can pick some images. And then add employee. Okay, the particular Haja employee detail is added. Now the time to edit the Haja detail. It loads the edit employee with the Haja name is Haja, then designation is professor, and salaries. You can change the salaries. Instead of 40, you can change as 50, and change the profile picture and press update. Okay, the new image icon is loaded, and when you are pressing the button delete, the particular car is deleted. Thank you all, and thanks for watching.